Welcome, Gemini. This is your decision guide. I am here to help you with your energies concerning your partner for January 2019. Um, this is the Aligned Astro Tarot Network, and the reason why it is called the Aligned Astro Tarot Network is because I always pull a card to represent the universe's energy around your situation, so that you can actually see whether the universe is for whatever it is you're trying to do or trying to steer you in another direction, and to give you the option to go be in alignment with the universe, or you can decide to be out of alignment with the universe. So we will have your energy, universal energy, and your partner's energy. And then we will have the clarification cards. And then we will also use my own guide that I've created called the Decision Guide, where I pull timelines, questions that may have been overlooked. I also pull the I-Ching for advice. I also pull the romance oracles. And every now and then I will use the astrology cards. I am primarily an astrologer. However, I use tarot to clarify my astrological readings when I do them personally. I'm all about making decisions. Don't fake a decision, make a decision. And in order to make a good decision, we need to be in alignment with the universe. Now, sometimes the universe will have it so that we are sometimes the universe will have it so that we are feeling stress to help us get on track. And I'll be able to tell that as well. Okay. So this is just the tarot reading. I haven't included the astrology yet, but I will. Okay. So I'm going to leave these turned over. We're going to do the past. We're going to do recent past. We're going to do the present, and we're going to do the future, where we have your energy, your partner's energy, the universal energy, and your partner's energy. And then the clarification cards. Okay, so what we have here in the recent past, which would be like December or November, the way you were feeling about your partner was Two of Cups in reverse. And just to show you how it is, so we have the Two of Cups in reverse is your energy. And the reason why is probably because of the Wheel of Fortune. Just wasn't time, but the Wheel of Fortune is in the upright position for universal energy. So it's not like the universe is against this union. However, there is a cycle that must be completed in order for the union to take place. And your partner's energy is the Hierophant in the upright position, which is not a bad card at all. It's actually showing that this person is secure, and that they do think carefully about their decisions. They can be a little traditional in the way that they think about life, and they may be pretty thoughtful about spiritual things. Okay, It's in the upright, which in a relationship shows me that they've taken a lot of thought in regards to you. And what we'll do is we'll clarify why the Two of Cups is in reverse. So that's what we're going to do. We'll clarify why the Two of Cups is in reverse. I'll also clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. All right. So it looks as though the Two of Cups is in reverse because you don't really have a whole lot of trust in your partner. We have the Five of Swords in the upright position. And with the Five of Swords, you kind of feel like your partner is trying to get away with something. You don't fully trust them, okay? And here with the Wheel of Fortune, we actually have the Death card in reverse that is defining it. So even though the universe has clearly shown us that there's a cycle that must take place, with the Death card in reverse, it shows that one or both of you is blocking a needed transformation in order for the relationship to do whatever it needs to do, whether it's to move forward, whether it's to end, but someone is blocking the needed death and transformation that needs to take place of whatever situation so that this cycle can complete itself. So someone is going against the universe. With your partner's energy here, I'm showing the Three of Cups in the upright position, which could indicate that this person is, it's probably got a lot going on. Maybe overly committed, could be a third party, could be that they just have a lot of relationships that they're tending to right now, and they don't necessarily look negative. It just, looks like more than just your partner. Okay? And we'll continue to clarify if need be, but that's just the overall energy. Then we have here Eight of Pentacles in the present, where it looks like even though in the past you were like, no, I don't think that this is going to work, it looks like your energy is now in the upright position to be willing to work on the relationship. And so if you're willing to work on the relationship, then that's not a bad thing. We just need to make sure that, you're not working in vain. Okay? So as long as we can clarify that here, nothing wrong with that. Okay? So we'll take a look at that. However, the universal energy here is the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Okay? So with the Queen of Swords in the reverse, there is a lack of vision in the relationship. Like the universe is like trying to find a way that this relationship can work, but right now it is being blocked. Okay? So neither of you can probably see how the relationship is going to work. Both of you are probably feeling a little bit narrow-minded or tunnel visioned in regards to the relationship. So you can't really figure out what's the common goal here? What are we actually doing? You don't really have a clear vision of that. with that in the upright, and the universe actually doesn't want you to see it right now, right? Which is probably why your partner's cup, Ace of Cups, is in the reverse, because they're like, well, even though she's willing to work on it and you're working, even though you don't see a clear vision, they've decided to put their offer on hold and withhold because they don't see a clear vision. So both of you you're pushing through the fact that you don't see a clear vision, but they are withholding, right? And you all are responding to the fact that the universe is blocking that vision right now, okay? All right, now we have the Eight of Cups here. And with the Eight of Cups for you, Gemini, you're feeling like, okay, you're like, in the future you find yourself kind of clinging on to this relationship. It doesn't show. So like in the present you're working on it, and in the future you develop this clingy energy, and you need to be careful with that, because you don't want to cling to anything, because then that keeps you from the necessary development that you need in order to do other things in your life, and then you eventually become imbalanced. Now your partner's energy in the future is going to be the Three of Pentacles in the upright position. And so your partner is now also willing to work on the relationship in a more balanced way. It could be the third party is kind of working in you all's favor. Maybe they have told their partner, I'm interested in somebody else or something like that. We'll clarify all this energy. But the universal energy for the future is going to be the Moon card in the upright position. Now, a lot of times people read the Moon card as secretive and kind of something that is negative. I only really read the Moon card negatively if it is if it's in the reverse. If it's in the upright position, I read it as though the universe is asking you to get in touch with your higher intuitive modalities. And if you get in touch with the higher intuitive forces, what happens is you will be able to then see what the universe is intentionally blocking from you. So whenever I see the universal energy kind of intentionally hiding things from you, I know that that's the universe's way of saying you need to go deeper within yourself. First of all, you need to get out of your head. So the universe is dumping you on your head to help you get out of your head. And hopefully in the future, you will get in touch with your intuition, because the Moon card is all about intuition. It's all about emotion. It's all about going deeper. And because you didn't get out of your head or won't get out of your head, here is the Eight of Cups of clinging to something, which you don't want to do. So the universe is trying to help you go through a cycle, get out of your head, and get in touch with your intuition. This is the path that you need to be going on, Gemini. Okay? So now that you understand what the universe wants, I'm going to clarify some of these cards. And what we're going to do is make sure that you understand what you need to do in order to change the outcome of your future. Okay? Because you do have the power to do that. Okay, so let's clarify the King of Swords in reverse. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups in reverse. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let's clarify the Eight of Cups in reverse. Good, okay. All right. Let's clarify the Moon in reverse. These are some good clarifications, actually. Let's clarify the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. Awesome. I always like to see the way things come out. Okay, so here you're willing to work on the relationship because you've always had to kind of leave relationships. If you see, the Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Cups. And with the Eight of Cups, it's like in the upright position. You always find yourself leaving something in search of something else. But in this relationship, you really don't want to have to do that. So your motivation is that you don't want to have to go in search of anything else. You would really rather make this work because you're tired of walking away from situations, Gemini. You're tired of walking away from situations. So that's why you're willing to work on it. However, with the Queen of Swords in reverse, we got the Chariot card in reverse. So the universe is like blocking. Like you're not going forward yet because your mind's not right. You know, your mind's not right. So the universe is intentionally blocking in the present because you all wouldn't let this transformation take place so that the Wheel of Fortune can do what it needs to do. So now we have the Queen of Swords blocking your vision to be able to even move forward because there's some inner work that you still need to do. We're going to clarify that Chariot. Your partner understands because your partner has the Six of Swords in reverse. Also, the Ace of Cups in reverse because they're like, I can't even continue to come towards you because it's just too much that needs to be worked out, right? You in the upright, you're trying to push through. They're in the reverse. They're like, I'm not going anywhere, okay? They are actually responding appropriately to the universe, which you're not really inappropriate. You're just pushing against it, right? Now, this is another thing where you're in conflict, Gemini. You have in the future the Eight of Cups clinging in reverse because you're trying to force your partner who has the Ace of Cups in reverse to turn his Ace or her Ace of Cups in the upright position. So that's your motivation, right, for clinging on because you realize that your partner in the present is like, I'm not offering this Ace of Cups. And you're clinging on saying, yes, you are. Okay. Which is causing you some extra stress because I look at this as controlling. Because if your Ace of Cups is in the upright and your partner's Ace of Cups is in the reverse, you're like, you're not accepting that their cup is in reverse. You're trying to reverse it for them and clinging on, and you can't actually properly do that and also do what you need to do in regards to alignment. All right, so now we have the Moon card in the upright position. We also have it defined by the Six of Pentacles. Now when I see the Six of Pentacles, I look at the Six of Pentacles as an equal give and take. It should be an equal give and take. And you can see that The giver is holding the scales. They are the ones deciding who gets what. And I notice in your, excuse me, in your partner's energy, they are always involved in threes. Here they're involved in threes with the Three of Cups. Here they're even involved with threes because it is a man, a woman, and a child in there with the Six of Swords. And here in the future they are involved with threes with the Three of Pentacles. So I'm going to gather that your partner is always considering someone else in addition to you when they deal with you. Whereas you're only considering your partner, because in your cards, you're always by yourself. In their cards, they're always surrounded by other people that they are considering. So this is your partner doling out things. This is your partner. This is you and someone else. And your partner is deciding how much they're going to give, who they're going to give to. And it's not a bad thing as long as they're fair. But in your eyes, it might not look fair. And you're the only one who can really, truly determine that, which is why it's so important for you to get in touch with your intuition. Get in line with the universe. Gemini, stop clinging on to the relationship and get to a point where you're confident within your own value and intuition, and stop depending on your partner to hold the cards or the pentacles and deciding who they're going to give what to. No, you're grown. You have to negotiate with your partner, and you have to say, hey, either I'm going to be a primary focus in this relationship, and we're going to make decisions together about, where our energetic resources go or our financial resources go, or we're not going to be able to work, because it's going to keep you, Gemini, in a constant state of wondering. Now, your partner is in alignment with the universe because their moon card is in an upright position, just like the universe. So they're using their intuition in regards to what they need to do. However, that doesn't always mean it's going to work out to your advantage, because everybody is on a different path. So this might be them being obedient to the universe, which is probably, it may or may not work out for you. Just because we're obedient to the universe doesn't mean that all our relationships work out. Sometimes being obedient to the universe means that there are relationships that we have to give up, or them being obedient to the universe should encourage you to be obedient to the universe. Okay? Whenever we're out of alignment, or we can throw everybody else out of alignment, but when we get in alignment, we force other people to look at themselves so that they can get in alignment. And it looks like that whatever your partner is doing is a signal for you to get in touch with your own intuition, because they're in touch with theirs right now. Okay? I noticed that your partner, whatever the universe is doing, they are going with that. You're going against it. Okay? All right? Not the worst thing. It's just causing you more stress here. Okay? Because your focus is the relationship. Their focus are relationships with an S. Okay? And the universe is all about cycling, getting your mind right, and getting in touch with your intuition. Okay? All right. So that you know what the universal focus is. Don't focus on the fact that your partner's focus is on relationships. That's their journey. Your journey is going to be more about making sure you're okay and that you're in alignment with the universal energy. First of all, you need to let death take its place and get rid of some things. Get your mind right so that the chariot can get in the upright position, and stop waiting on your partners to give you what they think you need. Okay, that's how I read that card, because that card kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit. I don't want anybody like, here, you get this and you get that, and you, no. That's just me personally. That card always kind of rubs me the wrong way. Like, who do you think you are? You know. So, let me see. Let's go ahead and define the chariot. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So, with the Queen of Pentacles, because the Queen of Pentacles is all about prosperity. With it in reverse, there are some things that that the universe sees that you're lacking, that you need to get. Self-love is very important. Making sure your finances are good. Making sure that you're paying attention to how much you're giving out. Making sure you're not giving out too much emotionally or physically. So you want to pay attention to the fact that there are some red flags that you need to pay attention to. But instead of just focusing on your partner and being so suspicious about your partner, focus on your own resources, okay? Because you want to make sure that you are prospering in all areas, okay? So that's part of the reason why the universe is blocking in the present, okay? Now, what I would like to do now is I'm just going to clarify this moon card since it keeps coming out. See if there's anything that's hidden. The Page of Pentacles in the upright position. Well, with the Page of Pentacles in the upright position, I mean, this person, your partner, is all about wanting to offer a new way of approaching the relationship. And this also may be why, because of the fact that they are always considering other relationships, whether it be a third party, whether it be children, whether it be their mother, father. They are always thinking about how their actions are going to affect everybody else. You are not the only thing that they are thinking about. And so what they are offering is the opportunity to look at this in a different way, a fresh idea. Maybe we can come up with a compromise that will allow you to be able to embrace the idea that I have in regards to considering these relationships. Okay, now I'm going to pull some clarification cards for you. I'm going to pull a clarification card. Well, let me shuffle. I shuffle for that first one. I'm going to pull a clarification card for what the universe. Okay, this fell out. Is asking. I'm going to pull a clarification card for your partner. Okay. So your advice is for yourself personally is cooperation. So you need to cooperate more. Okay. Don't concern yourself necessarily with clinging and working so hard trying to reverse what your partner is doing, thinking, or saying. Don't try to work so hard because you feel guilty about having to walk away from things. Change your mindset and just cooperate more. Maybe open up the lines of communication. You will need to work with others to accomplish this. You may need to even reach out to some support, some friends, um, do some things to help you focus on yourself while at the same time making sure that your partner is considering you while you're also cooperating with them. All right, now the universe is saying that this situation is to your advantage, it's in your favor. So you don't have to work as hard because the universe is going to make sure that you're taken care of. So all of this being out of alignment with the universe and clinging and working against it and being all in your head and not allowing death to come and transform, you're sabotaging your own advantage. Okay, so you need to make sure that you're trusting that the universe has got your back. The universe has your back in this situation. Now, for your partner, if there are any cross watchers for the Gemini, pay attention. I don't read reversed energy and say that the energy can go this way or that way because I like to be specific. So I always put the partner, the universe, and then the cross watcher's energy. So if you're watching this cross watcher and this doesn't resonate with you, then like I tell everybody else, it's not for you. But if you're watching this and you're dealing with a Gemini, then your message is that the time has come for you to decide now. Waiting could cause more problems. Now, if you're watching Cross Watcher, you have been including so many other people in your relationship that Gemini is feeling like you don't really care about them. So you need to make some decisions so that your partner feels primary. Because I'm a Gemini, and I'm telling you now, Gemini will leave you behind if you are not making them feel like you really care about them. Now, on a positive note, it does show that you are being obedient to the universe. However, you still need to make an effort to make some decisions, to put people in their proper place and prioritize your relationship if it is that important to you. Okay, you can't continue to do things exactly the way that you were doing them before, which is why I hope this Page of Pentacles popped up in the future, because you realize that and you're willing to open up your mind and come up with some fresh ideas and present them to Gemini as to how you all can work this out. Now, Gemini has already been told to cooperate with you. So once you make a decision and you and Gemini talk about it, and you decide how you're going to handle all these people that you are so concerned about, then Gemini has been ordered to cooperate with you. So you shouldn't have any problems out of Gemini if Gemini is being obedient to the universe and to the advice that's given here. Okay? So take that and make use of it. As readers, we don't just do this because, we love to do it, but we feel pushed to do this. This is a calling. We feel like we have to get these messages out because we're just as tired of the BS as you all are that's watching. So when we see stuff, we're like, oh my goodness, I need to do a reading about that. I need to do a reading about that, And my general readings are very specific. My personal readings are real crazy specific. And so this is something that I'm hoping you all were able to get something out of it. I'm getting ready to pull the romance cards. Okay. Religious factors. Okay, so your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Once again, your spiritual path is definitely important in this particular relationship, Gemini, and cross watchers. You guys need to make sure you all are specifically in alignment. And I always think that this is because as air signs, we tend to get in our heads. We tend to try to take control of things. We tend to think that we can just logically get ourselves out of everything. And sometimes it takes a very spiritual approach. And this reading is about aligning yourself spiritually. All my readings are about aligning yourself spiritually. But in particular, the ultimate goal is the universe wants you all to get in touch with your intuitive, spiritual, hidden selves. To come out of denial, come out of your head, come out of trying to make everything work in your favor, because the universe already has it so that the universe is already working in your favor. So you need to trust, and you need to strengthen your spiritual life, whether it's reading scripture, meditation, praying, all of it together, whatever it takes for you. Okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull one more, and then I'm going to do the I-Ching. All right. Cross watcher, I think this is you. All these people over here that you keep trying to please and making Gemini feel like they're being left out or like they got to do all the work, and while you consider everybody else, release your ex. If your ex is in the midst of this, release your ex unless you want your ex. If you want your ex, tell Gemini and move on. I don't know why people like to hang on to stuff and keep people hemmed up. Move on. All right. What is the I-Ching saying for Gemini and the cross watchers? What is the I-Ching saying for Gemini and the cross watchers? All right, darkening of the light. Sometimes it seems our faith has deserted us and we are thrown into darkness and confusion. Have confidence that all is well, merely a little dark. Keep going. So the fact that it's dark is why the universe is saying you need to light the inside. You need to come from a spiritual place, because the universe, have intentionally narrowed your mental vision so you can't see with your mind. That's why the Queen of Swords is in reverse, so you can't see with your mind. However, if you go on and get into your intuition and your spirituality, things will be enlightened for you. And you will be able to navigate the darkness. The universe knows that you have the ability to do this. But the universe is trying to stretch you, Gemini. The universe is trying to stretch your partner. Because I'm convinced, and you all know, that when we partner with people, we then become a part of their journey. So the cross watchers, if you're going to be with Gemini, you got to take the Gemini advice. Okay? It looks as though, partner, cross watcher, you have, because your moon is in the upright position. Help Gemini. Help Gemini with that. Teach Gemini how to get out of their head and to get in touch with their intuition in this time. Okay? Along while you also release your ex. Thank you. All right? So let's do a time card here. Well, let's do the question. So I'm going to pull from the decision guide. This is my decision guide that I had made. a question that we may be overlooking. What is my weakest attribute? Let's go ahead and clarify that right now. Because what's going to happen is you're going to take this information with you. I'm pulling 2 cards. One for you, Gemini. One for your partner. That's going to be the start of your homework assignment. And normally my readings are not this long, but this reading, wow. I had to go with it. Huh. Wow. Okay. So here's yours, Gemini. With the Knight of Cups, you actually want to make sure that you are showing your partner that you care, not from a place of anxiety, but from a place of, I'm going to say, abundance. Here, I care. I'm offering you this because I actually have it to give. Not because I'm afraid and clinging on or regretful and all of that energy. You want to do it from a place of abundance. All right? And so you want to make sure your weakest attribute is that you give from a place of lack. All right? Now, partner, cross-watcher, Gemini cross-watcher, your weakest attribute is that you're not displaying the ultimate wisdom that you actually have. This is the card of wisdom. Utilize your wisdom. Obey your wisdom. Listen to your wisdom. Make sure that you are being wise in all of these relationships that you have accumulated, and that you prioritize them and get rid of the ones that need to be gotten rid of. So utilize wisdom. Okay, that is you all's advice on your weakest attributes. And I'm going to give you guys a timeline. October. So between January and October, if it should be some improvement. That's a pretty decent amount of time. Okay, so make sure that you are committed to this improvement, because if you are committed, you guys are going to be the better for it. Okay, all right. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for your time. Like, share, and subscribe. As I grow my channel, you're going to always get good information. So once you like, share, and subscribe, you'll be notified when I come out with new videos. And take this reading into the new year so that you can actually make sure that you're living to your fullest advantage. I think that's everything. Hope I didn't leave out anything. Thank you for listening. Bye, Gemini.